Welcome back to the Stratford Inn, everyone. Your host, Session Johnson here. And can I just say, woke up this morning feeling fine. Got Man United on my mind. Yes, absolutely fantastic. I trust that we probably all are still buzzing and feeling the positivity after last night's draw against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, with Anthony Elanga scoring the equalizer from his first touch. One shot, one goal. Anthony Elanga. However, the bigger side of the game, we were not the greatest. We were bad. The entire first half, we weren't even in Madrid. We were probably still in the plane. I don't think that this particular draw, even though the positivity is there, it doesn't, make us a better team. We are still a crap team, if I have to be honest. And it's mainly probably because of the players that we have and, the lack of unity. And, as it was said, after Leeds, there was a bit of, united feeling around the club. Yes, pun intended, Manchester United. And we kind of saw togetherness. But again, inconsistent. We come up against Atletico Madrid, who had a similar intensity to Leeds United, but we were never ready. We weren't there. We weren't first to the second balls, 50-50s. We were not deciding to put the foot in. We didn't follow the man, as I said, but it makes me wonder. And that is why today's video is basically going to be about, are we okay? I think last night's result probably just papered over some of the cracks that we have in our team. A lot of things will be blown out of proportion now in terms of positivity by the club. Pictures will get posted of players smiling, dancing together, celebrations, fans in the stadium, etc., etc. But we're still the same team that is inconsistent. We're still the same team that gets destroyed every game in midfield. We're still the same team that concedes goals, whether it be at the beginning of games or immediately when the second half starts. We still have problems. We still are struggling. And even though Spurs lost, to Burnley, it kind of helps us with the top four. It seems like it's only us and Arsenal now, maybe West Ham. If they go on a run, not too sure, but perhaps we can, top four is there for us now. And again, positive aspect, but long term, what are we doing? Fred came out and said that the board is short-sighted and they only have short-term goals. And that's probably why the players don't want to commit. That's probably why certain players like Pogba are not wanting to sign a contract, because they know the circus that is behind the scenes. We don't see that. We don't have any clue about what's going on behind the scenes, especially inside the boardroom. But we see the evidence of the failings on the pitch. Certain players are getting played because of price tags and brands and sponsorships, TV rights, etc. Whereas there are players who perhaps are good enough, but don't get to play because they are not English. And yes, I went there because they are not, the usual, main person that gets overhyped in the British media. And it makes you wonder. It really does make you wonder. I mean, as a lifelong Manchester United supporter, this is not what we are used to. We don't know players that don't work hard enough. We don't know players that decide not to run back after losing the ball. That's foreign to us. We come from a time where, if you didn't work hard, you're on the bench or out of the club. One moment of murmur with regards to hard work, you're out. Now players are able to leak things. They're able to speak their mind with no consequences because of the protection that they have. The people that they pay to ensure that nothing gets done to them. And that's sad. We're at the stage now where certain players are bigger than the club. Where certain players have direct access to the board. Since when has that been a thing? I mean, plenty of times we see certain players not performing well, but they're able to post on their Instagram something that they did that's got nothing to do with football. What the hell? What is that? It baffles me to see how these players basically have everything at their disposal to succeed, to make a name for themselves, to be a legend at Manchester United, but they don't. They're just here to collect money and go home. And it's like Rangnick said last night, in his post-match conference. He said that he wishes certain players, if not all the players, had the mentality of Elanga. Fearless, nothing to lose, driving at the defense. And even Rio Ferdinand and Hargreaves went as far as saying that he reminds them of Wayne Rooney, who was the ever running dog, the one that would hound you down, tackle you, put in the work. Even though he's not performing well, his work rate and hard work was never questioned. His leadership on the pitch, even before he became the captain and before he became a senior player, was there. If he decided to close down from the front, it literally infected the whole team and we all went from there. But that doesn't seem the same within our team. It's been said plenty of times that the board doesn't even have one Manchester United supporter. So why would we expect them to look out for us in terms of the long term? They're only here to make money. That's what they've made us to be recently. A money-making machine. They're able to sell t-shirts within hours being sold out. Simply because of the branding that they have. They decided to sign another sponsorship deal with Tezo. I mean, what is Tezo? Yeah, it's money for the club, but what is that got to do with us having investments into the football side of Manchester United, which is the main part of Manchester United? You can't even look long term. I've said that Erik ten Hag would be a perfect coach, but do they see him as the perfect coach, as the board? Because every coach that they've had before that, they've controlled what the coach does and what the coach says and how the coach picks the team, who the coach buys. The most recent example was Rangnick. He thought he was coming in to have absolute power, but he still seems to be playing the same players that are not performing, i.e. Maguire, Rashford, Shaw, etc. They are still being played. And that tells me that someone above him is telling him to play these players. Not based on performances, but based on their price tags, based on their persona off the pitch, based on their English hype that they have. I guess that is sad. I guess it just doesn't, make sense on any level. But we see the evidence on the pitch. Rashford, what's going on with him? Go check that video out if you haven't watched it yet. I don't see us getting any better. Yes, we might go on a run. We might qualify for Champions League with top 4. Who knows, we might even go on to win the Champions League. It's possible. But it's going to get worse before it gets better. There's so many players that need to leave, and we have to get so many players in. And then still have a new system, a new vision, a new style of play with the new coach that comes in. Will it work? We don't know. And that is the problem we have. We are in a state of we don't know. And we take it game by game. And we decide to see what happens when the game happens. And that's when we see how the team is. But let me know what you think about where we are as a club, where we are as a team. Are we okay? There are still problems that we have, but what do you think about the situation of Manchester United right now? Please subscribe to the channel. We want to grow to at least 200 subscribers by the middle year, and continue to like the videos and share it to all the Manchester United supporters that you know, friends and family. We want to grow this channel quite big, and we can do that. It's possible. We are the biggest club in the world. We want to connect with others that also have the same passion and fire when supporting Manchester United. Thank you guys for joining me. That is it, me, Sasha Johnson from the Stretford Inn. We'll definitely speak soon again.